Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of Isle of Weird, and this video is the Temu edition, because everything in this video I purchased off the app Temu. For those of you not familiar with Temu, it is a shopping app that sells inexpensive consumer goods which are shipped mostly directly from China. And in the toy section of that app, there are a lot of really weird, cheap, and oftentimes bootleg or knockoff toys. I grabbed a small selection of things that looked interesting, starting with this, which looks like a cross between a Playmobil and a Dino Riders knockoff. We have this bright green armored Triceratops with this little rider on top, who definitely has a Playmobil or a Lego minifigure vibe, but made of very cheap plastic. But the appeal of this toy is the electronic features. The two missiles on either side of the saddle are spring-loaded and they do fire. And there is an additional feature. You can take the horn off the dinosaur's nose. They give you this little dropper that you can fill with water. Put a little water in the nose. And that allows him to shoot out a water vapor mist. This is a pretty cool little toy, and it does fit a 3 3/4 inch figure in that saddle if you wanted to pick one of these up and customize it. This is a little Chinese vampire wind-up. And Chinese vampires are called, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Jiangxi. And these type of vampires are known for hopping. And they appear in literature and films coming out of China and Hong Kong. And I'm always on the lookout for new little monster toys, so I picked this up, and I was hoping that the wind-up feature would mean that he actually hopped, which would make sense, but no such luck, he just walks. I do like him, the little head-bobbing movement is cute. But it's unfortunate that this hopping vampire doesn't actually hop. Robot bugs. There are 5 of them. You can probably see where this is going, but let's play it out. Red beetle, blue beetle, wasp, dragonfly, and a cicada. Each of these has a pull back and go feature with a little spring-loaded motor built in. And there's one additional thing that these robot bugs can do, and that is, of course, combine.
Form feet and legs. Form arms and body. And all form the head.
Here he is in all his combined glory. Not much to look at, and not much in the way of articulation. He can pretty much just raise his arms up and down. There's a little bit of bend in the elbow, and I thought this dragonfly tail would be a firing missile, but it doesn't. It just kind of extends like a harpoon. The top portion kind of works, but then it falls apart when you get to the waist because the feet cannot stand flat on the ground. The legs are at an angle to one another, so he's always going to stand a little bit crookedly. But that's okay. I've always had a great affinity for knockoff transforming robots. If you guys remember back in the 80s, there were knockoff lines like Converters and Zybots. They weren't as nice as Transformers or even GoBots, but they had a goofy kind of a charm to them. And this insect robo set has that same vibe. Anyone thirsty? I have this bottle of soda here. Kind of a strange looking bottle of soda. Let's see if there's a brand on it. Oh, it says nice, so it must be a really nice soda. Deformation Hero. I've never heard of that flavor before. And what's this? Wow! Robot. And that kind of gives it away, doesn't it? And here he is in all his glory, the Soda Bot. When Teletran 1 was handing out alt modes, this guy got screwed. He does have two weapons, which are a pair of samurai swords. No actual firepower to speak of, and these arms are pretty stubby. So in order to use those swords, he'd have to get up really close to you and just kind of stab you. These do come in different colors or flavors if you're so inclined. If you had any desire to start a collection of different flavored soda bots. I forgot to put up the little crest on his helmet. Probably not the first guy you'd call when the Decepticons start attacking, but he is sufficiently weird. This is Mammothus Primigenius. How do I know that? Because it says so right on his instructions. This is obviously a knockoff Zoid. I do have some actual Takaratomi Zoids in my current collection, but I came across this guy. He looked interesting, so I picked him up. It was an assembly kit. All the parts came on sprues, and the instruction book is actually very nicely detailed, and it is in English. So I was able to assemble this guy in about 40-45 minutes or so. He is motorized, with the switch being this little lever right here. Actually works really well for a knockoff. He's molded in several different colors. I really like the color scheme on him, with the bronze and the dark gray and the more silvery color. There is some very nice detail on these parts, and I do like all the colors that he's molded in, especially the bronze. The guns on his backpack do go up and down, and he does have a pretty cool action feature. This trunk can act as a catapult. So it bends back here, it's got a spring on it. It presses against this lever right here, which releases some cannonballs that are stored in this backpack. Once the cannonball is sitting in the trunk, you simply let it go. There are several different styles to choose from with this knockoff Zoid brand, a few dinosaurs. They all look pretty cool. I may go back for one or two more. That's it for this one and my haul from the website Temu. And I also picked up a bag of little minifigures that you can see scattered about here. They look to be creatures from Asian mythology. Thought those were kind of cool, so I picked those up as well. Hope you enjoyed this video, and Temu and another website called AliExpress, they are rabbit holes of off-brand and knockoff toys. So if you start looking for stuff like that, be careful not to fall too far down the hole. You could get lost down there for a while. As always, thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you in the next video.